everyone. Sorry for the long wait. I had to do things before I started, but hello, hello. Hi, Phil. I missed. Wasabi. Hello, hello. Chicken. Hello, everyone. Uh, so today we're gonna be reading spoopy stories. Spoopy story time. Can you read a story, mate? I'm glad you like the emotes, Wasabi. Dagon. Yes, Dagon. I did it last time. Last year? Last year or... Yeah, was it last year? But it was super laggy. I don't know if you guys remembered. That was before I had my PC. So now it shouldn't lag today because yay. We have new technology here in the void. Gonna eat breakfast and do some errands. Alright, chicken. Thank you for the lurk. Yeah, how's everyone? This spooky season, this spooky week. It's Halloween today, so it must be chaotic outside. Luckily, I'm in my void, so that's why I'm seeking refuge in my void. I don't know if you guys hear the echo.
Yeah.
Oh. uh, yeah, I'm in my void, seeking refuge in my void. But I have to go out soon because I have to go work, unfortunately, even in this for this day. But and the commission's open. Thank you. I'm glad you like I'm glad you like my art, Wasabi. Thank you. Yeah, enough stalling. We're just gonna start reading. So let's go. Yeah, like last year, I think. Yeah, usually I would read Lovecraft stories. Normally, like with like the book out, but this this year, we're just gonna be reading with the Dagon game. Well, I'll be narrating it. So it's still me reading. But yeah, I'm excited what story we will read today. Also, it might be a short stream because I have to leave soon, so yeah. It won't be as long compared to the others, fortunately, but I'm a busy detective. Let's go. Hope everyone has their snacks and blankets. I'm really cold. Actually, it's gotten cold recently. I'm so cold. I had to like change into my winter pajamas. I went from summer to winter. I'm like, oh, it's getting cold recently. The fall season's coming. Yay! I love cold weather. Okay. And our Lovecraft stories. But yeah, we're rereading another H.P. Lovecraft story, or somewhat related. I don't know if it's because I got the DLC, so the stories we'll be reading today will be not Dagon because we read that last time. Maybe if we have time, but we'll be reading like the two stories. The which one is it? Let me just be reading the Little Glass Bottle and Railway Horror. Those two. I don't know if because one of them is not written by Lovecraft, but I think it was this one that wasn't written by Lovecraft, but based on it, something like that, something related to it. Also, the music's so loud. Hi, Adrian. Hello, hello. It's poopy season. Time to read. Also, I don't know. Is the game loud for you guys? Do you guys hear it? I don't. It's like loud for me. Sounds good. Okay. All right. For me, it's loud. Maybe because I have extra ears. Okay. Let's start. I'm gonna. Oh, hopefully I just woke up also, so hopefully my voice sounds okay. Let's go. Okay, let's start with, I guess, the little glass bottle. I think this one was written. The Little Glass Bottle is a short 5 to 10 minute adaptation of a story by Howard Phillips Lovecraft written when he was about 7 years old. Original works and spelling have been kept. Okay, so this was written by Lovecraft. Let's go, The Little Glass Bottle. I haven't read this one. I don't think I've heard of this one either. It's only 5 to 10 minutes, so it should be a little short story. Oh wait, I forgot to take out my iPad. I can't see chat. Let me. Wow, I'm so prepared. Took so long to get ready, forgot to take out the iPad. Wait, do I still have my mic? I think I still have my my reverb. I'm not in the void anymore. The visuals are nice. Yeah, I like the visuals in the game. It's like this game is basically like a visual novel type of thing. Hello, Chloe. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Today we're just gonna be reading some Eldritch stories from my home origins, the void. Woo! Happy Halloween. What lurks underneath the ocean? Who knows? Alright. Hopefully the volume's okay. Let me know if it's too loud. Heave to. There's something floating to the leeward. The speaker was a short, stockily built man whose name was William Jones. Which one's William? He was the captain of a small catboat in which he and a party of men were sailing at the time the story opens. Catboat! Where's the cats? Oh, during the game you'll encounter interactive elements. Some of them will allow you to continue your journey, others reveal interesting facts about the original short story. Okay. Some of the trivia is hidden. In order to find these secrets, focus your eyes and look for the Elder sign. Okay. Oh, I can zoom in? Oh. Oh, I found something. The birth of the writer. Crab people and squid. Howard Phillips Lovecraft was born on August 20, 1890 at 9 a.m. in the Providence, Rhode Island. The exact date when the Little Glass Bottle was written is unknown. Young Howard probably penned it in 1896 or 1897. It was first published more than 20 years after his death as part of the anthology The Shuttered Room and the Other Pieces. Lovecraft himself regarded The Little Glass Bottle as a youthful attempt at a humorous story. Scans of the handwritten original can be viewed in the digital. Okay. Nice little tidbit over there. And the ocean. Are you guys scared of the ocean? The ocean is scary. Alright. Aye, aye, sir, answered John Towers, and the boat was brought to a standstill. Captain Jones reached out his hand for the object, which he now discerned to be a glass bottle. Nothing but a rum flask, and the men on passing boat threw over, he said. but from an impulse of curiosity, he reached out for it. Or, you mean me. It was a rum flask, and he was about to throw it away when he noticed a piece of paper in it. He pulled it out, and on it read the following. Jan 1, 1864. I am John Jones, who writes this letter. My ship is fast sinking with the treasure on board. I am where it is marked X on the enclosed chart. X or asterisk. Captain Jones turned the sheet over, and the other side was a chart. Indian Ocean. On the edge were written these words. Dotted lines represent course we took. Towers, said Captain Jones excitedly. Read this. Towers did as he was directed. I think it would pay to go, said Captain Jones. Do you? Just as you say, replied Towers. We'll charter a schooner this very day, said the excited captain. Alright, said Towers. Guess they want to go treasure hunting. This gives me One Piece vibes. Yeah, I don't know. It's like looking for treasure. Davy Jones treasure. So they hired a boat. I te quiero you. It started off governed by the dotted lines by the chart. Yo ho ho, we're pirates now. Oh. Fascination with science. Do you guys want me to read like little tidbits, or do you want to continue with the story? Because I can always read these tidbits later from the menu. What is this game? This game is called Dagon. It's like a visual novel, like interactive visual novel of Lovecraft stories. Well, so far it's just Dagon. But I hope they can like make a long game for like I don't know, Cthulhu or something. Continue the story? Okay, I'll read this later then. Alright. Come back for the extra details. Alright. In 4 weeks, they reached the place where directed. Oh. And the divers went down. Oh, I thought that was like there were like someone lying. It was just the suits. Oh, keep forgetting. Click. Water. Oh my gosh, underwater. I'm so scared. Underwater's scary. Oh my gosh, sharks. I don't think we should be in here. Oh, what's that? Grandpa. Or how did Grandpa get in the water? I know, right? Oh. We're supposed to go somewhere? Oh, bro. Let's get back up. I really thought that was someone lying on the floor. Why did they leave their suits like that? And came up with an iron bottle. They found in it the following lines scribbled on a piece of brown paper. December 3, 1880. Dear Searcher, excuse me for the practical joke I have played on you. What? But it serves you right to find nothing for your foolish act. Well, it does, said Captain. Go on. However, I will defray your expenses to and from the place you found your bottle. I think it will be $25, so that amount you will find in an iron box. Wow, $25. I know where you found the bottle because I put this bottle here, and the iron box. And then found a good place to put the second bottle, hoping the enclosed money will defray your expenses on my clothes. Anonymous. Wow, we got pranked. How did even how did we get the stuff like these letters in time though? I'd like to kick his head off, said Captain Jones. Here, diver, go and get the $25. Is it $25? What is 25.00? I guess if I'll go back underwater. Oh, the money. In a minute, the diver came up bearing an iron box. Whoa. Inside it was found $25? 25.0.00. Silly music. It defrayed their expenses, but I hardly think that they will ever go to a mysterious place as directed by a mysterious bottle. I can see how it's like, oh, that was so short. It wasn't even a scary story. But I can see the humor in this one because got scared. Thank you for the raid. Hello, Mari. Thank you for the raid. Hello, everyone. Hello. Mari's travelers have teleported to your world. Welcome. How was your stream, Mari? What did you guys do? For me, I am reading some H.P. Lovecraft. We were doing a Halloween themed karaoke. Oh, that sounds so fun. Halloween themed karaoke. Oh man, that sounds so fun. Hope you have take some rest after. How long was the karaoke? If I can ask, because when I did my last karaoke, I think it was 3 to 4 hours, but my longest karaoke was like 5 hours long. Non-stop. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, Mari and DJ Richard. Welcome to the Sus Agency. And Nashar, thank you. I guess I have to introduce myself. Well, I'm an Eldritch detective that does art. Mostly does art, but sometimes do like games as well. And recently just been playing some spooky games because it's spooky season. And of course, I'm doing my annual scary story reading every Halloween. So we're reading Lovecraft, of course. But yeah, if you guys want to just rest up while I read some comfy stories, feel free. But yeah, thank you again, Marge, for the raid. Also, I'm not a cat girl. I don't know why I still have my ears out. That's a random thing. Okay, I think this one is a little bit longer. But yeah, the first story wasn't that scary because it makes sense because I think it was written by Lovecraft when he was like, what, 7? So, a very kid story. Alright, let's start the railway horror. This is not an official Lovecraft story, even though it may sound familiar to some of you. It's an excerpt from the writer's letter to his friend, Donald Wandre, from November 24, 1927, in which he described one of his dreams, or rather, a nightmare. My dreams occasionally approach the fantastical in character, though falling somewhat short of coherence. One scene is especially stamped upon my recollection. Okay, so this is written by Lovecraft, right? It was just a letter to his friend. Man, imagine getting like custom stories by Lovecraft from in letter form. Is this a horror game? No, it's more like a visual novel, so to speak. So just like reading the story, but in a more like immersive experience or something like that. So yeah, hopefully nothing like super scary. We're just chilling. Yeah, yeah. As Juliet said. Yeah, so we're just like visual novel reading. But ooh, this place looks very swampy and moldy. That of a dank, foetid, reek-choked marsh under a gray autumn sky. Okay, we can still do this stuff. Just looking around. Oh, with a rugged cliff of lichen-crusted stone rising to the north. Oh, what's this? Impelled by some obscure quest, I ascended a rift or cleft in this beetling precipice. We're climbing the rock. Oh my gosh, this reminds me. This scene reminds me of a Made in Abyss. I don't know if you guys seen that show, but I remember a scene similar to this where like one of the main characters climbing up and getting hallucinations. Noting as I did so the black mounds of many fearsome burrows extending from both walls into the depths of the stony plateau. Oh, I think I missed the little thing. Oh. At several points, the passage was roofed over by the choking of the upper parts of the narrow fissure. These places being exceedingly dark and forbidding the perception of such burrows as may have existed there. Claustrophobia. In one such dark place, I felt conscious of a singular accession of fright, as if some subtle and bodiless emanation from the abyss were engulfing my spirit. But the blackness was too great for me to perceive the source of my alarm. Oh no, we're getting consumed with the void. At length, I emerged upon a tableland of moss-grown rock and scanty soil, lit up by a faint moonlight which had replaced the expiring orb of day. Casting my eyes about, I beheld no living object, but was sensible of a very peculiar stirring far below me, amongst the whispering rushes of the pestilential swamp I had lately quitted. Steering below me? Hell no. Why? What? Let's leave. Let's go. Continue. We should not go down though. Not the music. Yeah, the music is scary. I like the moon effects. It's so pretty, I have to say. What's this? Oh. After walking for some distance, I encountered the rusty tracks of a street railway and the worm-eating poles, which still had held a limp and saggy trolley wire. He's walking on fish bones, yeah. Like every step. Oh, following this line, I soon came upon a yellow vestibuled car numbered 1852 of a plain double truck type common from 1900 to 1910. Bro has a higher level of English. Yeah, Lovecraft was like around 1918. I don't know, 18 something. So the English is quite old. That's why this it's helpful to have like visuals to understand. It was untenanted but evidently ready to start. The trolley being on the wire and the air brake pump now and then throbbing beneath the floor. Uh, can I step in it? Oh. Welcome to the Polar Express. I don't know why I thought of that. I boarded it and looked vainly about for the light switch. Noting as I did so the absence of controller handle, which implied the brief absence of the motorman. Then I sat down in one of the cross seats toward the middle, awaiting the arrival of the crew and the starting of the vehicle. Not the Polar Express. The Polar Express was kind of scary. I don't know if you guys know that one scene. The puppet scene. Presently, I heard a swishy. Oh, it's the guy from. Oh, guys from Polar Express. Presently, I heard a swishing in the sparse grass toward the left and saw the dark forms of two men looming up in the moonlight. They had the regulation caps of a railway company, and I could not doubt but that they were the conductor and motorman. Then one of them sniffed with singular sharpness and raised his face to howl to the moon. What? Sniffing noises, no! What the? The other dropped on all fours and to run toward the car. I leaped up at once and raced madly out of that car. Oh, I should get out of there. And away across endless leagues of plateau. And away across endless leagues of plateau till exhaustion waked me. Ah, it's alright! Ah, my eyes! Doing this not because the conductor had dropped on all fours, but because the face of the motorman was a mere white cone tapering to one blood-red tentacle. Ooh. Ew. Wait, he's an elephant? Wow, wow, that's short too. Well, I was expecting it to be long. But that's creepy. I didn't, yeah, the him walking on all fours. I think, okay, since I planned originally just those two, but I didn't know they were actually so short. So we can read Dagon then. I thought they were werewolves. I mean, one did give werewolf vibes because he was sniffing everything. But yeah, I think we can continue. What if we press continue? But what's this? Wait. Is this, what is this, Dagon? No. We have to start from the beginning. We're gonna read Dagon again. This time with better graphics. And it's been a year since, so it's okay. We can read it again. Okay. Starting a new game. Yes. Dagon is a faithful interactive adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's work, focused on story and atmosphere, You will not find difficult choices. Action sequences, inventory management, and movement is limited. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, okay. Start from the beginning. Oh my gosh, Valley Girl accent now? Okay, we're gonna read. I guess we're gonna start reading Dagon with a Valley Girl accent. Alright, timer starts now. I am writing this under an appreciable mental state, since by tonight I shall be no more. Gosh. Uh, Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the scalded street below, like OMG. Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate. Totally not. But when you have read these hastily screwed pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I have forgetfulness or death. Oh my gosh, my morphine. Morphine was uh okay. OMG morphine, I know, right? It was in one of those most open and least frequent parts of the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell victim to the German sea raider. What am I, cargo? Wow, I could have like afforded like luxury steamline or something. The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation. So that our vessel was made a legitimate prize, while we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due us as naval prisoners. Oh my gosh, like totally I'm such a prisoner right now. I'm telling you, I want that steam line. Like why am I that cruise ship? Why am I in this like nasty boat? So liberal, indeed, was the discipline of our captors that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small boat with water and provisions for a good length of time. The Huns from Malone. I love that movie, OMG. When I finally found myself adrift and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings. Where am I? Oh my gosh. Never a competent navigator, I can only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator. Of the longitude I knew nothing, and no island or coastline was in sight. Like, I'm stuck in the middle of the ocean. That's like so scary. I'm not moving. The weather kept fair, and for uncounted days I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting for some passing ship or to be casted onto the shores of some habitable island, I hope. But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude upon the heaving vastness of unbroken blue. The change happened while I slept. Its details I shall never know. For my slumber, beauty slumber, though troubled and dream infested, was continuous. Ah, ew. Oh my gosh, free calamari. Oh my gosh, free calamari. When at last I wake, it was to discover myself half sunk into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see, and in which my boat lay grounded some distance away. Though one might well imagine that my first sensation would be of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation of scenery. I was in reality more horrified than astonished. Oh, alright, Valley Girl done. Gosh, that's so hard. For there was in the air and in the rotting soil a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core. Ew. Oh my gosh, it looks way better. So clear, so HD. Oh no, this one's upside down. Oh, this little guy is upside down. The region was putrid, with the carcasses of decaying fish and of other less describable things which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain. Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness that can dwell in absolute silence and barren immensity. There was nothing within hearing and nothing in sight, save a vast reach of black slime. Yet the very completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear. The sun was blazing down from a sky which seemed to me almost black in its cloudless cruelty, as though reflecting the inky marsh beneath my feet. Ew, squish squish noises. As I crawled into the stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position. Though some unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths. So great was the extent of the new land which had risen beneath me that I could not detect the faintest noise of the surging ocean, strain my ears as I might. Nor were there any seafowl to prey upon the dead things. Look, it's a isopod. Oh, a fish! Looks good. Yummy, yummy. For several hours, I sat thinking or brooding on the boat, which lay upon its side and afforded a slight shade as the sun moved across the heavens. Look at this big sea bass. Or I don't know what kind of fish it is, but it looks good. As the day progressed, the ground lost some of its stickiness and seemed likely to dry sufficiently for traveling purposes in a short time. That night I slept but little, and the next day I made for myself a pack containing food and water, preparatory to an overland journey in search of the vanished sea and possible rescue. Well, this is my pack. On the third morning, I found the soil dry enough to walk upon with ease. How did this guy like survive on multiple mornings? Also, what is this? Is that a squid? A long boy squid. The odor of the fish was maddening, but I was too much concerned with graver things to mind so slight and evil, and set out boldly for an unknown goal. All day I forged steadily westward, guided by a faraway hummock, which rose higher than any other elevation on the rolling desert. Not rotting desert. Well, it can pass as a rotting desert. Cause like what? What is this? Why are there like dinosaur fossils looking thing? Oh no, a whale! Why is there a whale? That night I encamped, and on the following day still traveled toward the hummock, though that object seemed scarcely nearer than when I had first espied it. Giant tentacles. By the fourth evening, I had attained the base of the mound, which turned out to be much higher than it had appeared from a distance. What are those lights? An intervening valley setting it out in sharper relief from the general surface. Too weary to ascend, I slept in the shadow of the hill. I know not why my dreams were so wild that night, but ere the waning and fantastically gibbous moon had risen far above the eastern plain, I was awake in a cold perspiration, determined to sleep no more. Such visions I had experienced were too much for me to endure again. And in the glow of the moon, I saw how unwise I had been to travel by day. Without the glare of the parching sun, my journey would have cost me less energy. Indeed, I now felt quite able to perform the ascent which had deterred me at sunset. Picking up my pack, I started for the crest of the eminence. Let's go climb. I have said that the unbroken monotony of the rolling plain was a source of vague horror to me, but I think my horror was greater when I gained the summit of the mound and looked down the other side into an immeasurable pit or canyon, whose black recesses the moon had not yet soared high enough to illumine. I felt myself on the edge of the world, peering over the rim into a fathomless chaos of eternal night. Through my terror ran curious reminiscence of Paradise Lost, and of Satan's hideous climb through the unfashioned realms of darkness. As the moon climbed higher in the sky, I began to see that the slopes of the valley were not quite so perpendicular as I had imagined. Ledges and outcroppings of rock afforded fairly easy footholds for a descent. Whilst after a drop of a few hundred feet, the declivity became very gradual. Urged on by an impulse which I cannot definitely analyze, I scrambled with difficulty down the rocks and stood on the gentler slope beneath, gazing into the Stygian deeps where no light had yet penetrated. All at once, my attention was captured by a vast and singular object on the opposite slope, which rose steeply about 100 yards ahead of me. An object that gleamed whitely in the newly bestowed rays of the descending moon. What is this steel sheet thing? That it was merely a gigantic piece of stone, I soon assured myself. But I was conscious of a distant impression that its contour and position were not altogether the works of nature. A closer scrutiny filled me with sensation I cannot express. For despite its enormous magnitude and its position in an abyss which had yawned at the bottom of the sea since the world was young, I perceived beyond a doubt that the strange object was a well-shaped monolith, whose massive bulk had known the workmanship and perhaps the worship of living and thinking creatures. What is this? A cult piece? Dazed and frightened, yet not without a certain thrill of the scientist's or archaeologist's delight, I examined my surroundings more closely. Ugh. The moon, now near the zenith, shone weirdly and vividly above the towering steeps that hemmed in the chasm. What is this? and revealed that the fact that a far-flung body of water flowed at the bottom, winding out of sight in both directions and almost lapping my feet as I stood on the slope. Across the chasm, the wavelets washed the base of the cyclopean monolith, on which surface I could now trace both inscriptions and crude sculptures. The writing was in a system of hieroglyphics unknown to me and unlike anything I had ever seen in books. Oh look, it's Cthulhu-san in the middle. Look, it's a cute doodle. These are such cute doodles. But then the shells are like, they look like they've been like printed on the stone. But these are like cute doodles. Consisting for the most part of conventionalized aquatic symbols such as fishes, eels, octopi, crustaceans, mollusks, whales, and the like. Several characters obviously represented marine things which are unknown to the modern world. Which ones? Like the middle? But whose decomposing forms I had observed on the ocean-risen plain. It was the pictorial carving, however, that it was the pictorial carving, however, that did most to hold me spellbound. They an artist, I know, right? I like the art style in the middle, very cute. Plainly visible across the intervening water on account of their enormous size were an array of bas reliefs whose subjects would have excited the envy of a dore. I think that these things are supposed to depict men, at least a certain sort of men. I think they look like mermaids. Do you guys believe in mermaids? Though the creatures were shown sporting like fishes in the waters of some marine grotto, or paying homage at some monolithic shrine which appeared to be under the waves as well. Of their faces and forms I dare not speak in detail, for the mere remembrance make me grow faint. Oh. Grotesque beyond the imagination of a Poe or a Bulwer, they were damnably human in general outline, despite webbed hands and feet, shockingly wide and flabby lips. Oh, and that looks like that one looks like my cousin. This looks like the poster of a boy band. Classy, bulging eyes and other features less pleasant to recall. Curiously enough, they seem to have been chiseled badly out of proportion with their scenic background. For one of the creatures was shown in the act of killing a whale, represented as but little larger than himself. I remarked as I say their grotesqueness and strange size, but in a moment decided that they were merely the imaginary gods of some primitive fishing or seafaring tribe. Some tribe whose last descendant had perished eras before the first ancestor of the Piltdown or Neanderthal man was born. Awestruck at this unexpected glimpse into a past beyond the conception of the most daring anthropologist, I stood musing while the moon cast queer reflections on the silent channel before me. Then I suddenly saw it. With only a slight churning to mark its rise to the surface, the thing slid into view above the dark waters. What? Vast, Polyphemus-like and loathsome, it darted like a stupendous monster of nightmares to the monolith, about which it flung its gigantic scaly arms while it bowed its hideous head and gave vent to certain measured sounds. think I went mad then. Of my frantic ascent of the slope and cliff, and of my delirious journey back to the stranded boat, I remember little. Oh my gosh, side view. We're running sideways. What? I believe I sang a great deal and laughed oddly when I was unable to sing. Oh no, the guy got crazy. Wait. I have indistinct recollection of a great storm sometime after I reached the boat. At any rate, I know that I heard peals of thunder and other tones which nature utters only in her wildest moods. When I came out of the shadows, I was in a San Francisco hospital, brought brought thither by the captain of the American ship which had picked up my boat in mid-ocean. In my delirium, I had said much, but found that my words had been given scant attention. Of any land upheaval in the Pacific, my rescuers knew nothing. Nor did I seem it necessary to insist upon a thing which I knew they could not believe. Once I sought out a celebrated ethnologist, and amused him with peculiar questions regarding the ancient Philistine legend of Dagon, the fish god. The fish god. Can I have some fish? Let's read this one. I think this one's important. Dagon was the main deity of the Philistines, worshipped throughout the Middle East as the ancient god of fertility and crops. In Hebrew, the word Dagon was a common noun for grain. The rulers of Akkad, Mesopotamia, chose him as a patron saint of their war conquests. He also appeared as the judge of the dead in a Syrian poem and an underworld prison warder in one of the Babylonian texts. He is often mistakenly taken for a fish god due to the wrong interpretation of his name, as in Hebrew the word dag means fish. In H.P. Lovecraft's work, Dagon is an underwater deity ruling over the deep ones. The humanoid race, with fish traits that resides in the oceans. He is worshipped by a secret cult called the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Oh, I see. I wanna read more. Guess I gotta go to the menu. What's that one say? Oh, Necronomicon. I want to read that one. Necronomicon? Ah, next time. If we have time, we should read Necronomicon. But soon perceiving that he was hopelessly conventional, I did not press my inquiries. What's this one say? Picture stories. Oh, wow. You can read this one on another one. Wait. Uh, but don't. Oh, back to my morphine. It is at night, especially when the moon is gibbous and wanting, that I see the thing. I tried morphine, but the drug has given only transient surcease and has drawn me into its clutches as a hopeless slave. Soon now, I'm to end it all. having written a full account for the information or the contemptuous amusement of my fellow men. Often I ask myself if it could not all have been a pure phantasm, a mere freak of fever as I lay sun-stricken and raven in the open boat after my escape from the German man-of-war. This I ask myself, but ever does there come before me a hideously vivid vision in reply. I cannot think of the deep sea without shuddering at the nameless things that may at this very moment be crawling and floundering on its slimy bed, worshipping their ancient stone idols and carving their own detestable likeness on submarine obelisks of water-soaked granite. I dream of a day when they may rise above the billows to drag down in their reeking talons the remnants of puny, war-exhausted mankind. Of a day when the lands shall sink and the dark ocean floor shall ascend amidst universal pandemonium. Woo! That build-up, though. The end is near. I hear a noise at the door, as some immense slippery body lumbering against it. It's my cousin. It shall not find me. God, that hand! That's my hand! That's me going into my room. The window! The window! Window, window, window! GG. And that is the end of Dagon! Woo! Yay! Basically, the guy got mad and fell to his death. I think he's hallucinating. I feel like I can never trust Lovecraft narrators because they're always either go mad whenever they see something scary. And I'm like, what's so scary about seeing the monsters? They look cool. I returned when the story ended. No. But yeah, that's the story of Dagon. Woo! I finished. I think we did all the stories because I did this. This one is just extra like stuff like wallpapers and audiobooks, but that's for me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm glad now that we could like experience Dagon less blurry and laggy compared to last time. But yeah. Oh, there's more stuff. But yeah, hopefully this company developers can like make a Cthulhu one or Nyarlathotep one, cause that'll be cool. Well, yeah, let's look at the trivia that we unlocked. Oh, I didn't unlock everything. Okay, let's look at the little glass bottle. Okay, I think I read this one already. Fascination with science. Fascination with science. H.P. Lovecraft learned to read at the age of 4. Whoa! Oh my gosh, thank you! Oh, thank you for the sub, Mari. Oh, thank you for the thank you for the sub, Druid, for the gift sub. Thank you. Druid King. H.P. Lovecraft learned to read at the age of 4. Whoa. He read at age 4. What age did you guys start reading? I read... What did I read? I mean... Wait, isn't that the normal age to read? Or no? Wait, kindergarten. What age is kindergarten?
Yeah.
My gosh. Bird! Bro, I read when I was 10. Is it 10? When is the normal age to read? What is the normal age? What is the normal age to start reading? Between the ages of 6 and 7. So he read a little earlier. Kindergarten is 5, right? Yeah, right. So he read before kindergarten. Whoa. He quickly became interested in exact sciences, especially chemistry. As a 9-year-old, he even started publishing his own amateur magazine, what? The Scientific Gazette, and sometime later the series The Chemistry. At 9 years old, he made a magazine? What does this mean for me? I think it's just different, and back then there's nothing else to do except read. Read, read, read. Around 1900, the future master of horror developed an interest in Antarctica and began writing treatises on expeditions to the continent. This undoubtedly influenced one of his famous works, At the Mountains of Madness, written 30 years later. I don't know if we read this one. As a 12-year-old, Lovecraft discovered astronomy, which he later considered his most moving experience, realizing the immensity of the cosmos had a huge impact on his worldview and work, laying the foundations for the cosmic horror genre. The majesty of the concept of an expanding universe still makes me shudder in a unique manner. Confession of Unfaith. Yeah, I know, right? Super genius. So, yeah, his interest in astronomy made him want to, like, write the cosmic horror genre. With all the space monsters. Grandpa. What's the grandpa one? Whipple Van Buren Phillips, Lovecraft's grandfather, was a very important figure in his life. As Strider said himself, my beloved grandfather became the center of my universe. Aw. Van Buren Phillips introduced his grandson to various works of art he brought from his travels, exchanged letters with him, and helped him develop his passions. He largely replaced Lovecraft's dead father. Interestingly, he also cured him of his fear of the dark by encouraging him to walk through a series of dark rooms. Young Howard's grandfather was probably the only family member to tell Lovecraft improvised mystery tales, which undoubtedly influenced his later work. Aw, that's sweet. Oddities. There are a few puzzling elements in the little glass bottle. For example, the number, 250.00, which is not a typo as this amount appears in the text 3 times. It is not entirely clear why Lovecraft decided to write out the number this way and what he meant by it. While publishers and translators interpret it in many various ways, in our opinion, he most likely meant $250. The map used in the game replicates the original version drawn by Lovecraft for the story. Did you notice that the land marked on its sign as Australia? A simple typo, or maybe young Howard was already creating his own lands and unknown islands in his imagination? It is also puzzling that the dates in the letters in both bottles are almost 17 years apart. Yeah, that's what I wondered too. Like how did like the people got the bottle from the shore and then you're like, okay, let's find it, and then there's boom, nothing there, and then the bottle's like, made you look, haha, but the letters were 17 years apart, so like, huh? Okay, I didn't unlock these 4. Okay, Dagon. Morphine. Did you read about morphine? Morphine entered it into use in the 19th century and was routinely administered to treat severe pain during American Civil War and World War I. It was almost sold without restrictions until 1914. Morphine became more popular after the invention of the hypodermic syringe around 1854. Frederick Sertiner, who first isolated the substance, originally named it morphium, after Morpheus, the Greek god associated with dreams. At the time when Dagon was published, morphine abuse, known as soldier's disease, already posed a big problem in the United States. Maybe that guy had morphine disease, or soldier's disease. The Huns. The Huns have invaded China! The Huns were Central Asian nomads who established a dominion in Europe and invaded the Roman Empire in the 5th century AD. They were known as brutal, deadly warriors and masters of quick raids who also developed powerful composite bows, lassos, and early siege weapons. The Huns are here! They're in the city! I can't trust you, Milan. Go home. Protect the Emperor. Be a man. Man, I want to do a watch along of Mulan. I love Mulan so much. That's like my most favorite Disney movie. I can recite Mulan from the first scene script. Don't trust Mulan, she's not a fanboy. What? Yeah, I want to recite Mulan. But anyways, we're reading about the Huns. During World War I, the British used the word Hun as a synonym for Germans in order to emphasize their brutality. However, the term originated when the German Emperor Wilhelm II gave a speech to his troops on 27th of July 1900 before they embarked to China. Should you encounter the enemy, he will be defeated. No quarter will be given. Prisoners will not be taken. Whoever falls into your hands is forfeited. Just as 1,000 years ago, the Huns, under their king Attila, made a name for themselves, one that even today makes them seem mighty in history and legend. May the name of German be affirmed by you in such a way in China that no Chinese will ever again dare to look cross-eyed at a German. That the refusal to take prisoners was a clear breach of laws and custom of war adopted during the First of Hague Convention of 1899. That's like a big history chunk right there. Shang was disappointed. I didn't know that's why they were called the Huns. I still don't know why they're called the Huns. But I feel like the Huns was a term used in World War One. Their origins. Oh wait, I think we read this one. Oh no. Dagon seems to be inspired by Fishhead, a short novel by Irvis Cobb about unnatural affinities between a hybrid idiot and the strange fish of an isolated lake. Supernatural horror in literature. And Lovecraft's dream about a strange island emerging from the ocean and him crawling in the ooze that covered its surface. I dream that whole hideous crawl and can yet feel the ooze sucking me down. In defense of Dagon, H.P. Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft's interest in the topic stemmed from his aversion to fish and sea smells, in his own words. I have hated fish and feared the sea and everything connected with it since I was 2 years old, but I cannot recall what earlier experience gave me such a profound and lasting aversion to the sea and seafood. He hates seafood! No! I love seafood. I can like... Okay, if it wasn't for Korean barbecue, I would be a pescatarian by now. But, okay, Korean barbecue is good with pork belly. Thinly sliced. Storytelling methods. Dagon contains many themes and storytelling methods that Lovecraft developed in his later works, such as telling the story through carvings at the Mountains of Madness, The Nameless City, journals and characters' notes, The Shadows of Time, The Haunter of the Dark. Oh, I like that one, The Haunter of the Dark. Islands emerging from the ocean, The Call of Cthulhu. We still haven't read that one on stream yet, maybe because it's too long. Or fictional beings and deities based on real events and mythologies. Migo in The Whisper and in the Darkness. It's also considered the origin of the popular Cthulhu mythos. Some of Lovecraft's other stories also conclude in a manner similar to Dagon, but let's skip the details in order not to spoil the ending. Teehee. The journalist. Lovecraft was a prominent figure in the world of amateur journalism. In 1915, he started publishing his own journal called The Conservative, which concluded political and social commentary, poetry, short stories, and literary criticism written by him and other authors. Howard was a skilled wordsmith, but he also took criticisms to heart. which resulted in his decision to step away from writing poetry and concentrate on weird fiction again for the first time since his teenage years. Dagon, published in 1919, is one of the short stories written during that period. In this example excerpt from The Conservative, the master of horror fiction displays his attitude towards warfare and the idea of world peace. Why any sane human being can believe in the possibility of universal peace is more than the conservative can fathom. Should the entire civilized world agree simultaneously to disarm, one or more nations could undoubtedly retain secret armaments and at the proper time take advantage of their more altruistic and less astute contemporaries. In a wild career of conquest, again unarmed victims, no country is, or ever be, or ever can be above warfare, until the basic impulses of the human animal shall have miraculously changed. Yup, we can't avoid war. Din 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 war. Din 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 din. My. Wait, what? Let me write this one. Uh, August Derleth and the Cthulhu Mythos. August Derleth was an American writer and anthologist. He also befriended Lovecraft and published many of his works through his company, Arkham House. Although he greatly contributed to the popularization of the author's works after his death, he is surrounded by numerous controversies. One of his most questionable decisions involved in introducing the good versus evil doctrine. Derleth was a devout Catholic to the Cthulhu mythos, which contrasted with Lovecraft's view of the world and his approach to cosmic horror. As a result, the author's works are often misunderstood and misrepresented in today's culture. It is also worth noting that Lovecraft was never really interested in creating a mythology, and the term Cthulhu mythos was coined by Derleth after the author left the mortal plane. So it was this guy who was like, let's make use of his works. Oh, I think we got two more. You can unlock the rest, but then we won't get the game achievements. Oh, no. I want to get that later. I want to work for it. Dreams and Letters. In letters to his friend Donald Wandre Lovecraft described two of his dreams after the writer's death. They were sold to the publisher of the Scientist Snaps Bizarre magazine and published in the form of short stories. The first one, titled The Very Old Folk, tells the story of one of the provinces of the Roman Republic and mysterious mountain, inhabitants performing terrible rituals. The second one was titled The Thing in the Moonlight and was published in January 1941. The publisher added a fabricated beginning and ending to it, in which Lovecraft, unable to free himself from the nightmare, mentally contacts a stranger. Other publishers later reprinted the story, unaware that some of the text was not authentic. It is this dream that we present here, in its original form without any additions. Railway. The railway has always fascinated people. The mighty powers of machines, the freedom to travel vast distances, the romanticism of almost unrestricted exploration, thousands of strangers passing each other every day, but also the desolate train stations, dreamlike journeys through the night, fatal accidents, and dangerous strangers. No wonder that this topic attracted horror and fantasy writers, from Charles Dickens' The Signalman through Robert Bloch's award-winning That Hell-Bound Train to Clive Barker's Midnight Meat Train. I haven't read these. I should. It's also impossible not to mention the most important Polish weird fiction writer, Stefan Grabinski, whose most famous collection of stories, The Motion Demon, is dedicated to the railway. You'll be able to get acquainted with his work through our next game. They're making a next game! And by the way, the steam locomotive was first used to transport passengers in 1825. I wonder if it has anything to do with a number dreamed by Lovecraft. The steam locomotive was first used to transport passengers in 1825. He dreamt of the number of the year. Oh, I see. I'm learning new things every day. But yeah, that is the Lovecraft reading. That was a good stretch. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. I know it's a short stream, but I enjoyed reading reading to you guys. Next Halloween, for sure, I will do more things. But I was I was like streaming almost like every day, so I will go take a break. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Halloween night, and stay safe if you're gonna go out. I don't know, those that are not in the void, in the take refuge or something. I hope you had fun. I did. I hope you enjoyed the stories, guys. I liked it. I was featured on Midnight Mean Train. You're a lizard? Huh? Stories are super good. Yeah. Next time I really want to read like the actual Cthulhu mythos, or or read about Cthulhu-san, or I can never say that right. Nyarlathotep, or Yog-Sothoth. I'm sorry, I'm butchering my fam's names. Uh, and Asathoth, and yeah. I like saying them so badly. But wait. Let me see. I'm trying to think of something right now. You should do a super long story next time. Next time I'll do a long story. Very relaxing and fun to listen to. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let me find stuff. But yeah, okay. Thank you again for coming to the stream, guys. Let's. It was a short but good one, and hopefully we can come next stream, which I don't know when. It'll maybe another art stream again, because I think I need to do more of those. Thank you, Void Creature. Yes, I will go back to my Void now. I actually finished earlier than I imagined. I really thought the DLC stories were super like long. But yeah, let's go to the void, and let's go. Let me seek refuge in my void. I need to seek refuge in my void. And yet, oh, Mari's still here. Hello. Thank you for sticking by. I really need to check out your karaoke, Halloween karaoke, because I do not know much Halloween karaoke songs. I only know like spooky, scary skeletons, and that's all. Or a Thriller for Michael Jackson song. But yeah, okay, let's see. Is anyone live? Oh, okay, we can rate our friend Aqua. She's doing playing mouth washing. Okay, guys, mouth washing is scary, so don't get too scared when I bring you there. Can you sing the Ghostbusters song? All right, the Ghostbusters also a scary song. What are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Yeah, that's my. I remember my last karaoke was my last. But yeah, let me. How do I? I'm always so slow at doing these things. Wait. I ain't afraid no ghost. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Ghostbusters. I never watched that show or movie. Uh, mm, try not something. Okay. I am ready to raid. Thank you guys again. We're gonna raid. Stick around for us to raid Aqua. She's playing mouthwash, mouth washing. It's scary. So I hope you guys enjoy that. It's very interesting. Who knows what you find in your mouth? Wait, where is it? Alright, let's go. Bye bye.